It's just this.
Can you see over there fine?
Yeah.
Let me get an establishing shot here.
Cameras and tees.
Tippy, you want?
You
Here,
guys
stop
ready?
talking to me. You ready, Pat?
Oh. Sorry about that. Okay.
Actually required, picks up everything.
Okay. Got an establishing shot and go.
Good morning, Arizona. Welcome to the first ever P40 Lacrosse Arizona High School Showcase. This will give a chance for rising juniors and seniors to have an opportunity this summer to show their skills. Joined here with Pat Harbison, the creator and PLL Redwoods 6-year pro. Pat, congratulations on getting this together, and what should we look for today?
Yeah, awesome. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Today we have the best of the best in Arizona lacrosse, as well as a few friends from California. And as you just saw, we have our two face-off guys facing off standard SNG, standing neutral grip, and a few players to watch. Blue just got the ball, so we'll start with them. Out in the midfield, we have number 1, Blake Eklund, who has the ball right now. On attack, we also have Ethan Tanucci, number 19, and then we have Cole Rassis, the big lefty down there. And then up top, as you can see, we have another big midfielder, Darius Stanley out of California. We'll go to the white team as they're clearing the ball right now. White, number 4, Xander Welty, big midfielder who recently just committed to the University of Richmond. On attack, they also have arguably the best player in the state in Max Armitage, who's currently uncommitted and hope by the end of summer, things change. On the defense end of the field, number 10 and number 12, Zach Manuel and Taylor Witt are a force to reckon with. So should be a great event, and thankful for everyone signing up, getting out here, and everyone for helping us pull this together.
This is Armitage right here from X, lefty cradle, looking to dodge and find an opening. This is Xander Welty, who Pat just mentioned, just committed to University of Richmond this week from Brophy.
Yeah, big righty, right-handed midfield. Going to University of Richmond, was talking to a few other schools. Richmond's a great fit for him. Think that he'll, forming well over there. Here's number 30, Canyon Steverson out of Desert Vista High School, athletic midi, pulls it.
Finds an up corner bounce shot. Bounce shots are always difficult for the goalie. So an early 1-0 start for the white team. Canyon Steverson, a rising junior from Desert Vista High School here in the Ahwatukee area.
Yeah, Canyon's a big kid as well, probably like 5'9", 5'10", 150. Started on varsity as a freshman, was the rookie of the year for Desert Vista last year. Plays on the Arizona Outlaws, and a great kid, great family. Has a hard right-handed shot. Facing off again. That's Joseph Browning, number 28. Both of our face-off guys have been working with local Arizona FOA coach Colby Cohen, trained under Greg and Jerry, knows FOA. A few of the guys got some reps this week leading up to this showcase, and you'll see all of our face-off guys go standing neutral grip.
An early 1-0 lead for White. Moving the ball around to get a feel for the defense here.
This is Liam Reed, uncommitted, a 2021, wearing number 21. Natural righty, got forced to play on the left side early in his career, and has kind of made a living being the left-handed attackman out there. Here's 33, Wesley Maloney. Wesley is a prep school. He's from Tucson, Arizona, but prep school's in the Northeast.
Nice check there by number 17, Jack Hertz.
Yeah, 2 takeaways there. Jack is from the Bishop School in Southern California, plays for the SoCal Bulls under the Cooper brothers. Big defenseman. He came out to our shoot-around last night, and he told me he used to be a attackman, and he was slinging the ball last night.
So it looks like Hertz on Armitage is going to be a nice matchup for us to watch here today, Pat, on the right side for us here today.
Yeah, look for them to battle. Right now it looks like Mitchell Riley's guarding him. Mitchell, another prep school kid from Hotchkiss. And a great save by Trey. Oh, and that's kind of what Cole Rassis does. Cole's a natural goal scorer, picks up a loose ground ball, puts it in the back of the net. But great initial save by Trey.
It was Cam Boyer down the middle, lefty shot. Bounce, a nice save by Naughton, but Rastis there to pick it up and put it in for a 1-1 tie.
Yeah, it was a great go-ahead dodge by Caleb Greenfield. Throws it to Cameron Boyer. Fortunately, Trey just made a great save. I like the matchup with Taylor Witt in number 12 on Cole Rassis. Taylor, when I first met Taylor, Taylor was using a wooden shaft out here. He's not afraid to throw some checks. I was watching his highlight film, and he definitely makes sure the players can feel the checks as well.
That'll pay later in the game, too. If it's not just taking the ball away, it's getting your checks and your sticks in on an attackman, isn't it, Pat?
Yeah, just being in the right spot, position-wise. But, obviously throwing that first check, making sure that attackman feels that you're on him.
Welty with the ball finds Armitage down low. Nice curl there through the middle. Bounce shot and a score. 2-1 White.
Yeah, great look by Xander Welty. Max just coming around strong for his right hand, able to get through that first initial check, and puts the ball in the back of the net on his teammate Thomas Cook. Got our 2 face-off guys going at it again. Chance Crafton out of the Brophy School going against Joseph Browning out of Desert Vista. Chance is a 2021. Joseph is a 22.
It's a Chance in blue. Gets there first, but it's a nice scoop by Steverson. And White once again with possession and a 2-1 lead. Steverson scored the game's first goal on a bouncer. Lost possession there, and a nice scoop up by Cameron Boyer with blue going the other way in transition. This is Eklund with the ball.
And there's Taylor Witt with those hard checks that we were talking about. Kind of just a menace all over the field. I really love his game. Not afraid to mix it up. Kind of just all over his attackman at all times.
There he is, right almost at midfield against Ethan Tanucci, chasing the ball after making that initial check.
So out of the midfield right now, we have Blake Eklund right now, number 1, big lefty. All right, for Bowden Davidson. And Bowden, that's a great save. Bowden's a 2-sport athlete. He's the one who just shot it, number 8. Arguably, if you watch his highlight film in football, he definitely looks like a prospect in both sports.
Nice ride there by Cole Rastis to deflect it. He's a little bit mad at himself for not coming up with it, but still deflected it out of bounds. And White will take it across midfield.
Yep, this is Drew Kelly, number 36, 6'4" midfielder. Rising senior out of Boulder Creek as well. Get the ball back to Armitage. Up top to Xander Welty. Look for a sweep for his right. And they're pretty quick to slide to him, obviously for reasons. And
nice find.
White will retain the possession. Liam Reed back at X with the ball. Little 2-man game.
It was a nice find on that dodge by Welty to find Armitage in the seam there.
Oh, great take. Great take by Liam. Yeah, that initial dodge, especially out here in Arizona, Xander's going to be getting used to being double pulled, quick to slid to. And that's kind of what you have to do. After you make that dodge, you see the slide, look for that open man. Unfortunately, Armitage couldn't finish, but that's a great take by Liam Reed, getting underneath his defenseman and finishing in front of the goal for his first tally of the day.
So Browning here and Crofton. Nice play by that was a
Chance Crafton right there. This is a really interesting prospect here, number 25, Patrick Giles. Patrick, a really big athlete, two-sport athlete out here in Arizona, plays football and lacrosse. Really, really athletic. You'll see him playing mostly pole. Might get down low as well.
Nice check by Jaden Petrie there on Darius Stanley. Moving the ball across by himself. And White now gets it across and resets, Pat.
Yeah, here's Logan Sapinski, number 2. Two-way midi, good hard take. Seems like we might have stacked all the Boulder Creek offensive players going against their own goalie, and Thomas Cook. Thomas should be used to all their shots, though. Great goalie out of Boulder Creek, rising senior.
Oh, off the post there. Take by Cole. It's going to stay with White here, Pat.
Yep, here's Max Armitage back at X. A little two-man game as well. Just trying to see if he can get a little sliver, create a matchup, keeping his head up. Good look.
All right, this is David Gagushish from Chaparral here underneath the clear. And that's a nice play by Logan to use the sideline to his advantage and push him out of bounds on the ride.
Oh, 2 balls going at once. There's Jack Hurts coming up with the ground ball. I'd like to see Blue push a little transition here. See, maybe find a midi, find the LSM. See if we can get some action here going up the field. Colin Barnard out of the foothills, Catalina foothills down in the Tucson area. Get the ball back up to Darius Stanley, number 14, big midfielder out of Southern California.
Seems like a while since Blues had a 6-on-6 possession here down here, and let's see what they can do to set it up and get the ball moving and find a good shot here, Pat, to decrease that 3-1 deficit.
Yeah, they've had some good looks. Just unfortunate maybe the ball's not going in the back of the net, but like you said, maybe get a little 6-on-6, see what we can get out of here offensively. Good dodge again, similar to what we saw on the other side with the big midfielders, Xander Welty. They're quick to slide to Darius, and he finds Blake. Blake's a natural righty, but that's a good look by Darius. Again, here's Bowden Davidson, number 8, fast midfielder. Saved by Trey.
Yeah. Trey's made a couple nice early saves here for the White team, Pat, especially down low on the bounce shots. So now he looks to start it here. There's Xander Welty from Brophy and a Richmond commit this week. He's got some room. Finds Cole on the wing.
Nice finish. Yeah, Jeffrey Cole with the finish. Low lefty. Jeffrey has a ton of box experience playing for the Arizona Outlaws out here in the box. Plays for Team 48 club-wise in the field. But nice finish. And as you can see, that was all started with Trey making that save, getting the ball up to Xander, and Xander pushing transition. And that's kind of what we hope to see with the Blue middies as well. Pushing transition, trying to get some goals.
Xander's second assist here. A great play back from the back, as Pat said, that started it. White needs a jolt here. It's been a while since they've scored 3 in a row for the White team here. But we're looking at the same face-offs, guys, Crafton and Browning in the standing neutral grip position. Browning's gotten the last 2. Excuse me, Crafton's got the last 2. They call possession on that, so we'll see who comes up with the ball. And it looks to be Rassis. Nice underhand scoop there and found Wyant.
Yeah, it all started with the face-off. Coming up on the wing was Cole Rassis, who plays attack. Came up and found that ground ball, found the open guy, and Garrett Wayne.
4-2 is our score, and let's see if that gives Blue some jolt here, as Crafton's had some nice success at the face-off. See if they can build on it.
Great ground ball by Cam Boyer. We have Cooper subbing off the field for Darius coming out of the box. I'd like to see a big long dodge here. And Ethan, a natural attackman running out of the box for the blue team, is taking his man back at X naturally. Coming around hard.
Nice find.
Good. Yeah, that's a great look.
Again, Tanucci backtracks and picks up the ball. Finds Stanley here. It's a little bit unsettled. Let's see what he's got. There's that Witt.
Yep.
Really menacing defender, Pat. That's
excuse me.
Go ahead.
Just tenacious defenseman. And, you know, midfielders like Darius, you're going to get used to it. Guys just sliding quick and early to them. So after you make that initial dodge, just coming up with, you know, a game plan to move the ball.
Witt is a rising senior, plays for Desert Vista High School here. 6 foot, 205 pounds. Might be looking at a last shot here for White. 45 seconds left in the first quarter. Oh, he's open right there. Nice pass.
Oh, great look by Max Armitage to Jeffrey Cole. Unfortunately, Thomas just comes up with a great save for the blue team. And we have 30 seconds left in the quarter.
So this is what you were talking about earlier. Let's see how they push the ball in transition and try and get a last chance opportunity before the end of the quarter as they're down 4-2. And it might kickstart them here a little bit.
$15 seconds left in the quarter.
This is Jeff Cole. Real quick, last shot. So 4-2 here at the end of the first quarter. We've seen a nice game back and forth. Not a whole lot of turnovers, which is good because this is the first game for a lot of these young men here this summer without having any tournaments, without having any opportunity to showcase themselves and get in a game-like situation. The high school seasons were cut short here. They did get a few games in, probably about a half dozen or so before the season ended. So unlike some of the East Coast teams which maybe never got started in their high school season, they did get a little bit of a high school season in before the break happened due to the COVID situation. But right now it's 4-2. The blue team, Canyon Steverson scored the first goal of the game on a bounce shot. Max Armitage scored on a nice curl shot off an assist from Xander Welty on the second goal for the white team. Liam Reed came from X and scored the third goal for the white team. And then Jeffrey Cole there found a spot off an assist from Xander Welty. Xander's second assist of the game off a fast break, which was the 4 white team goals. For the blue team, Cole Rassis scored on a rebound to score the first goal and equalize the game at 1-1. And then just there before the end of the quarter, we had Garrett Wyan scored off a fast break off the faceoff when Cole Rassis scooped up the ball and found him for a 4-2 game here at the end of the first quarter. The goalies, we didn't really talk much about them, but Thomas Cook is the goalie for the blue team, number 31, a rising senior. 5'7", 160, plays for Boulder Creek High School and the Arizona Outlaws. Really strong goalie in both saving it and outletting the ball. And then for the white team, we've seen Trey Naughton made a couple of big saves early. He's down in the Tucson area from South Point Catholic High School. He's a rising junior, 5'10", 175, a two-sport athlete, plays football and lacrosse. He's the starting long snapper and a fullback on the football team, and has also volunteered his time by starting a local youth lacrosse team to help coach and train goalies. So that's what we're looking at here in the first quarter thus far. Coach Pat's over there talking to the boys and giving them some hints here for the second quarter about things to look for. But we'd like to see the blue team maybe getting a little bit more offensive opportunities and see what they can do with the ball once they get the ball in settled and unsettled situations. They've turned the ball over a few times on clears, which have not given them the same opportunities that the white team has had. The white team, when they've also missed, they've gotten second chance opportunities when the ball has been restarted from X. Once again, Pat Harbison, who's our host, played at University of Virginia, won a national championship in 2011, an Annapolis native, went through some of these showcases himself when he played for DeMatha Catholic, played in the MLL, won an MLL championship with the Ohio Machine, and now in his second season with the PLL Redwoods, who are looking to get underway here in another week or so with the championship series out in Utah. So, Pat, what were you telling the guys out when you were across the field there?
Just continue to tell them to, have fun. It's a showcase, but, kind of just sticking to their core values of lacrosse. And the biggest thing I mentioned to the midfielders were make an initial dodge, have a decision. All right, our goalies are making great saves, but don't turn your back to the goalie. Try to punt return that ball. Get the ball out of our goalie and defenseman's stick, and let us kind of bring the ball up the field.
For the white team, this faceoff is number 33, Wes Maloney, who's from Tucson, plays at Phillips Andover High School during the regular year. So he's going to give a shot here instead of Joe Browning on this faceoff.
Yeah, Wesley can play, can face off, play in the midfield, defensively and offensively, but just kind of a natural athlete that can kind of do it all. And Chance wins that one. Chance in 2020 came up with 81% of the face-off wins for Brophy in a few games this season. So Chance is a great talent. And there's Isaac Smith bringing the ball up to Jeffrey Cole.
Nice feed.
And as you can see, White likes to push the ball, which is great. That's kind of what we want. What I was telling them on the sideline. Try to get some early offense, and that's just a great defensive to offensive transition, starting with Isaac Smith getting the ball up to Jeffrey Cole.
Here's Xander Welty with the ball. Nice idea to try and find number 21, Liam Reed, making a cut toward the goal, but went wide. Now Blue gets perhaps their first real opportunity to set offense here in the second quarter. This is Blake Eklund, who we talked about earlier. Tucson native, plays for Avon Old Farms. Uses both his right and his left pretty well.
Yeah, Blake claims that he can shoot 104 miles per hour. Hopefully we get to see that on display today. In all seriousness, does have a rocket of a shot. Can fire it.
Darius Stanley here on the top dodge.
Good look. Trey looked like he got a piece of that.
Shot by Bowden Davidson went wide. Now Cole Rassis behind the cage. We'll restart for the blue team.
Great matchup here. Big two defensemen. Taylor Witt guarding Cole Rassis. Two big boys. Taylor comes up with that matchup.
It's his third caused turnover today, Pat. You previewed it and you were right.
Yeah, Menace in the middle of the field. Maybe doing a little bit too much there, but after you come up with a couple big plays, you can go ahead and try to reward yourself. Just like to see him hustle back in on the defense end.
Oh, nice play. Mitch Riley was the defender there who took the ball across and found Ethan on the crease, scooped it up, ran up the field. Nice save there. Another one by Trey Naughton.
Yeah, great save by Trey. Trey and Ethan have played together for a long time in that Arizona Outlaws program. Just a great save.
Maybe a little extra incentive there, too. That's Armitage on the assist, the dodge, and you found Jeff Cole for Cole's second goal of the game right there on the crease. And a nice play by Armitage to get the ball, beat his defender, and find the wide open Jeffrey Cole.
That's Jeffrey's second of the day. Jeffrey, as we mentioned, a nice little box player as well. But that's Jeffrey's role. Gonna feed off everyone else and just knows how to fill the ball up in the back of the net. And kind of theme for the white offense is pushing the ball and trying to get something early, which what you just saw right there.
5-2 lead here for the white team. And once again, we're back with Joe Browning at faceoff for white, and there he goes. He wins it and scoops it himself. This is Wes Maloney with the ball here. And Logan Shapinski gets it down to Cole and over to Armitage.
Here's Wesley Maloney. It's like an early slide. Good save by Thomas. And White backs the ball up. I want to just mention that we are at the Kroc Center down here in Phoenix. The Kroc Center was gracious enough to lend us their field. It's a private field. Unfortunately, due to COVID, a bunch of fields in Arizona are restricting availability, but the Kroc Center, again, was gracious enough to let us use it and, allow us to allow our players to showcase their abilities today.
That's a good point, Pat. And the Kroc Center is associated with the Salvation Army, which a lot of folks around the country are familiar with the Salvation Army. They do a lot of great work here in the Phoenix area.
Here's Logan, big dodge. White's really able to kind of maintain their offensive flow, not rushing into anything. And great save by Thomas. And this is where we'd like to see the blue middies hunt the ball.
And here you go. Here's an opportunity.
Speaking of punt returning, this is Bowden Davidson. Bowden does this on Friday nights with his football team. Two-sport athlete, very talented on the football end as well as the offensive end of the field.
Lost the ball there. Here's Isaac Smith with the scoop, and he'll take it. Stay with it. He'll take it across midfield. Find Liam Reed, and we got a cutter in Steverson. Oh, nice fast break. Great save by Thomas Cook. We mentioned him earlier during the break. This is David Gagushis from Chaparral. He's looking for an opportunity. He
might have had the open man, maybe doing a little too much. Had Cole Rassis there on the lefty wing, maybe making that play. And here we go. Here's our Armitage-Jack Hertz matchup that we kind of called out earlier. Armitage, rising senior, Jack, a rising junior from Southern California, plays on that notorious SoCal Bulls program.
Liam Reed with the ball over to Max Armitage. Up top for Kenyon Steverson. Scored the game's first goal. Over to Xander Welty. Welty on Giles.
And they're quick to slide there, at least quick to show, which you saw in Colin Barnard. Liam Reed coming back from X with a no-look pass to Jeffrey Cole.
That was a great play. Reed scored his first goal coming back from X, and there, Pat, he beat his man on X and found Cole once again on the doorstep. Nice vision, kind of a no-look pass to draw the defense away.
Yeah, Jeffrey just sliding to the vacant spot, followed the back of his defenseman's head, and just put the ball in the back of the goal.
6-2 is our score here. White with the advantage about midway through the second period. We've got Crafton and Browning once again at the face-off X.
Yeah, what we'd like to see is Blue maybe coming up with this face-off and then just getting some settled offense. We don't have any shot clock in place today, but just coming up with the ball and then being a little bit calm on offense, being patient.
We got the first part down with the possession of the ball. A nice face-off by Chance, and here Darius Stanley getting it to Rassis and behind to Tanucci.
Yep. Got our subs in. Look like we have Garrett Wayne last coming out of the box. Garrett's a natural attackman, inverting back to his natural spot. Ethan Tanucci coming from X. Great look to Cole. Good hitch.
Oh.
Gets it off.
Nice play.
That all started with Ethan Tanucci's nice little roll dodge back there. Presses GLE, recognizes maybe he can't go all the way. Taylor Witt shows a little bit, able to skip it to that attackman. Great hitch by Cole Rassis, big number 27, rising junior out of the Brophy School.
All right, once again, we have Browning and Crafton at the X, but let's see if Blue can put two together here and kind of stem the White run. That was a nice play. That was maybe their first best offensive set there for the Blue team. Ethan Tanucci, the ability to pass, dodge, and score, sort of a triple threat option there, number 19 on the Blue team. Did beat him from X with a little bit, like Pat said, a rollback, and then found Cole Rassis as the low spot. Nice little hitch dodge, got around him, and found the opposite corner. Here's Joe Browning with the White. Being defended by Mitch Riley. And here's Dante Douglas from Notre Dame Prep. Mitch Riley, nice takeaway. Scoop, and he's initiating the offense over to Cole Rassis. Substituting here on Blue, so we'll see if they bring it back out and set it up. Darius Stanley on top with the ball over to Wyand. This is Ethan Tanucci, rising junior over to Stanley, and back out to Blake Eklund here. Looks like Blue's going to swing it around again, make the defense work a little bit. Nice little cut And number 32, Caleb Greenfield. Rassus behind the cage looking. Taylor Witt on him. We talked about Taylor Witt earlier, so a nice little matchup there. This is Eklund. Picked up by Ethan Tanucci. Tanucci trying to find Darius Stanley up top, but Dante Douglas there to pick it off and take it the other way. This is Jeffrey Cole in transition. Found its way over to Max Armitage. And White in a little bit of transition. Armitage took a shot that went quite a bit wide. And White will retain possession. No, they're going to give it to Blue. Thomas Cook initiating the clear. And Bowden Davidson here for the Blue team. Five minutes remaining here in the second quarter. This is Rassus being defended by J.J. Fahey. Shot by Stanley. Nice save by Naughton. So Blue got a shot from the top and now initiating the transition, but did not make it all the way through. Number 32, Caleb Greenfield, backtracking for the Blue team once again. Seeing what Blue can offer up here on the offensive end. Caleb Greenfield is a 5'6" rising junior at Brophy. Darius Stanley up top. Stanley plays for La Jolla. Takes a bounce shot and finds the upper corner there on the bounce shot for Darius Stanley, making it a 6-4 game. So Stanley from up top unassisted. Beat Trey Naughton. Second time that Naughton's been beat on that high bounce shot. The first one was by Cole Rassus. It's 6-4 now in favor of the White team. So Blue back evening it up from where they were at the end of the first quarter. All right, once again, we have Crafton and Browning here at the face-off X going standing neutral grip in anticipation of the new NCAA rules. And Browning wins it all the way back to Logan Shapinski, scoops it up. And now White team, see if they can stop that 2-goal run here by Blue. Xander Welty will initiate the offense up top, a rising senior for Brophy. This is Wes Maloney over to Max Armitage. And this is Logan Shapinski from Boulder Creek High School, a rising junior. Jeff Cole with the ball now has 3 goals already. Refs are letting them play a little bit to give the coaches watching a little more time to see the players as they play. Here's Welty. And a nice save by Thomas Cook after Welty did beat him on the dodge. So let's see once again if Blue, they've had some success here the last few times clearing the ball and getting into a good shot. Here's Jack Hertz, excuse me. They did the right thing by getting possession of the ball, but then gave it away on a miscue. Here's Armitage on a little unsettled. Finds Cole once again. We've heard that one before, Pat.
Yep, Armitage to Cole. Nice little 1-2 punch. And just a miscommunication on Blue. Subbing, going defense, offense. We want our pulls to push. It's the right move by Jack. But we need to just make sure that we have, guys staying on side. And I kind of I went over there to go talk to the Blue team, just making sure that, look, we don't have crazy numbers out here, but they need to possess the ball, spin the ball a couple times, get our rest on offense versus defense, which you saw there, kind of just a 2-on-1 or 3-on-1 opportunity, which is a little unfair for that blue defense.
7-4 is our score now in favor of the white team. A good battle there by both Browning and Crafton. And 35. Oop. That's Jaden Petrie came up with a loose ball. And now Bowden Davidson for blue has it. Finds Tanucci.
We got a 4-on-3 here. Blue kind of just throws it away. Smart play by Ethan. Just execution, just not there.
Especially at the end of the quarter like that. That would have been a nice one to get for blue. Let's see if they can ride it.
Here's the coach on the other side saying, hold it up. It must be a short time here. Trying to get, 15 seconds, trying to get the last second of the shot.
This is Andrew Rowe, his first touch today.
Yeah, Andrew's a 2023, so a rising sophomore, the only 23 out here, promising future in Arizona lacrosse at a Notre Dame prep and plays for the West Coast Stars.
Great save on the doorstep there before the half by Thomas Cook, so I don't want that to go by the wayside. We're going to take a quick break here at halftime. We'll give you guys a little break. We're going to probably pause for about 5 to 10 minutes here. Let the boys regroup. We are starting early here in Arizona because of the heat, so we'll let them get a little bit of a rest and a recoup, and we'll be back here with you shortly.
Just leave it running, right?
This is there's
4 for Naughton and 5 for Cook. Thank you. All right, we're just about ready to begin the second half here. Once again, it's a 7-4 lead for the white team. Goalie, some statistics. Thomas Cook, the blue goalie, number 31, from Boulder Creek High School. He is a rising senior. He has 5 saves for the blue team. And Trey Naughton, who is a rising junior from South Point Catholic down in the Tucson area. He has 4 saves and made some nice ones to help initiate also the offense there for the white team in a fast break situation. We saw number 12. We talked about him in the pregame. Taylor Witt, deep hole from Desert Vista, number 12 on the white team, has had some 3 caused turnovers, and it's a nice close defense on the blue attackman. For the white team also, Jeffrey Cole has 4 goals. He plays for Higley here in the Valley, a rising junior. Max Armitage has a goal and 2 assists, number 3. Liam Reed, also a basketball player, averaged 19 points on the hardwood as a sophomore. 1 goal, 1 assist for the white team. And for blue, Darius Stanley scored that last goal. In addition to Cole Rassis has 2 goals and an assist. And Garrett Wyan scored the 4th goal for blue. So here we go. Cameron Boyer on the wing. Cooper McEnany on the other wing. And Chance Crafton at the faceoff X. Browning, Petrie,
and Steverson over there.
Okay. Thank you.
Steverson's the one who set up that first goal of the game. First goal for white. Again, rising junior out of Desert Vista, athletic, kind of 2-way midfielder. And Chance comes up with the face-off, and that's smart, just trying to settle on offense, but unfortunately loses the ball. Let's see a big ride here.
First touch there for number 13, Kyle Donahue. For Notre Dame Prep on D. Isaac Smith now eyeing it up and seeing what's open. Finds Jeffrey Cole across the field and across midfield.
White looks to push a little bit, maybe a little bit too much. Let's see if they get settled up. They got their last guy on the field, Xander Welty, the Richmond commit. And in the midfield, we have Wesley Maloney, Xander Welty, and Kenyon Steverson. On attack, we have Max Armitage, Jeffrey Cole, and then the freshman, rising sophomore, Andrew Rowe out of Notre Dame Prep.
Here's Rowe. We saw him just at the end of the half make a nice move. Now we'll see if White gets hot here, Pat, at the top.
Well, I just love what White's doing, just settling the ball. And maybe that's, I put a few more experienced guys on the white team, but, they're doing a great job controlling the offense. And there's Blake going around. Great save by Thomas Cook. Thomas is, again, a rising senior out of Boulder Creek. In order for me to get prepared for the PLO, I bring guys out like Thomas to shoot on. And I've told a couple schools this week that Thomas is as legit as they get. I struggle. I know I'm not the greatest shooter in the game, probably why I play defensive midfield now.
You had 3 goals last year, Pat. Come on now.
Well, luck. A blind squirrel finds that nut every once in a while. But in all seriousness, Thomas Cook is the real deal, rising senior. And Boulder Creek next year should have a loaded roster coming back.
Yeah, Boulder Creek certainly has risen their program in the last few years. They look to be a contender with Brophy as well.
And this is kind of what we talked about at halftime for the blue team, getting some spins on offense. This is where you get your rest, or you allow your defense to recover, and hopefully they can find the ball in the back of the net on this possession.
All right, Blake Eklund here at the top. Nice find. Greenfield.
Here's Darius Stanley, the 6-foot midfielder out of Southern California, making some moves, keeping his head up.
Zach Manuel is the number 10, the defender on him.
Yep, Manuel coming with the cause turnover and the ground ball, pushing offense here. Wouldn't be surprised if they kind of slow it down as they're subbing off just to get some rest.
Zach Manuel, really the first time we've mentioned him today, Pat. He has a high motor, 5'9", rising senior from South Point down in the Tucson area. What do you know about Zach?
Yeah, I kind of just got on the scene with Zach after doing a little of my due diligence on trying to find the top players, and I saw Zach's highlight film, talked to a few coaches, and Zach's the real deal. Natural LSM that can push transition, kind of tenacious. I mentioned high motor kid. He'll go off and play college lacrosse somewhere, just trying to find the right school. Rising senior out of South Point down in Tucson, Arizona.
This is Logan Shapinski.
That's a great take by Logan. High dodge, gets to his right hand, his natural hand, and just fires. It just doesn't get on cage. But Logan's another player who I've had the privilege of coaching for a few years. Boulder Creek kid, two-way midi, shows that he can face off a few times. And another great save by Thomas Cook, kind of just now coming into his own. Last night we shot, we did a little shoot around, and Thomas was the first to dress and didn't step off the field at all, just wanted to see as many shots as possible. And unfortunately, we just threw the ball away for the blue squad. But again, just want to reiterate, great save by Thomas Cook.
Yeah, Cook finding, like you mentioned, Pat, finding his own. He's got 2 saves right at the bang to start the third quarter, 7 for the game, and that was right on the doorstep there, stuffing Max Armitage, his high school teammate.
No love lost there between the two.
I'm sure there might be a little talking going on afterward.
Yeah.
I believe that was tipped by number 20, Colin Bernard.
Yeah, Colin, again, Catalina Foothills, number 20.
This is Armitage from X here.
Trying to find his matchup. I love the patience here. No rush. Realize he doesn't have it. Getting the ball spinning. Liam Reed, natural attackman, coming out of the midfield. Probably going to his left. A natural righty who prefers his left hand. Again, just due to, the repetitions and being forced to play lefty growing up.
Let's see if Blue can get into the offensive set here. Seems like they've had some struggles here. Nice little ground ball there by number 20, Colin Bernard. He's going to take a shot from a long pole.
Great save by Trey. Find it on the doorstep by Ethan.
Nice little back check.
Last second check there, yeah.
I think it was Witt. It was Witt or number 34, J.J. Fahey, who caught back up with Ethan off that rebound and prevented probably a goal. Cole Rassis initiating the offense here from X. Finds number 22, Tyler Hoover, a rising junior from the Tucson South Point Catholic team.
Get the ball back to Cole. Let's see if Cole utilizes matchup. And they're just spinning the ball, which is smart. They're resting, getting set up, getting communicating. And that's what's kind of tough about these showcases. A lot of guys haven't played with each other. For us out in Arizona, this is our first live go, putting full pads on. So you have a little bit of that as well.
This is the most chatter I've heard on the field from the defense communicating together.
Nice two-man game between Caleb Rassis and Canyon, just coming up with that trail check and pushing transition. Let's see if they can get something here. Patrick Giles sliding upfield a little bit too early, but he makes the nice little stick check. Good try by the white squad, but that's a great defensive effort by Canyon. Steverson making that last second check, pick up the ground ball, and pushing transition.
Darius Stanley over here to Blake Eklund. Rassis. And back to Eklund. When Blues had some success, Pat, they've had it when they've initiated from X. They've gotten some nice looks, even a few goals.
Looks like that's what they're doing. Well, at least they tried. Looked like Cole was about to go back there with Ethan Tanucci. Great pickoff by Zach Manuel. And here's that high motor I was talking about, trying to push transition. Let's see if defense can stay their shape. Smart move by Zach, not trying to push anything. Realizes that, we only have limited guys out here. Trying not to burn it, all in the first 10 minutes of the first third quarter.
Xander Welty steps on the field as we get back to a 6-on-6 set.
Again, smart. You can hear the coaches, hey, get it around. That's what we kind of need to do here.
Nice push defense by...
Last second look. Looked like Max was over there on the doorsteps. Defense got sticks on it. It's almost like Blues kind of winning the defensive matchup here. Big Jack Hurts coming down.
To Rassis.
Finishes it. That's awesome. So those two play on the SoCal Bowls together with the Cooper Brothers program out in Southern California. Great cause turnover, ground ball by Jack Hurts, who's not afraid to push it in transition, finds Cole for the goal. And we're going to take a timeout here just for the boys to hydrate up. Quick reminder to everyone who's watching, we are in Arizona. It gets hot out here. Nice little overcast, but nonetheless, we are in Arizona in the middle of the summer. It gets hot.
Hence the 8:30 a.m. start time. which is good for those of you on the East Coast. It's 11:30. You can enjoy your afternoons as well. But we are now at a 7-5 game. Cole Rastis, his third goal of the game. A nice scoop and push by Jack Hertz there. Again, as Pat said, from the SoCal Bulls, he's considered sort of a ground ball vacuum. Jack is, he pushed the ball up to Cole Rastis. Cole also does, like Pat said, plays for the SoCal Bulls, but he goes to high school here at Brophy Prep in the Valley. He was the varsity offensive MVP as a freshman. He led the team in goals and assists, an all-state performer as a freshman as well. And averaged over 5 points per game in 6 games as a sophomore for Brophy. An interesting fact about Cole, for the younger boys, the boys who were before high school, they play in a league out here called the Arizona Youth Lacrosse League, and Cole is a referee in that league, as well as a couple other boys out here. I know Isaac Smith is an official in the AYL as well, and Cole is a Brophy Big Brother, which is a freshman mentorship program. Very competitive to get into. That means when freshmen are coming onto the campus at Brophy, they really serve as a mentor, welcoming them, giving them some tips, easing them into their transition to one of the higher academic performing schools here in the Valley. So 7-5 is our score. Thomas Cook, 2 big saves here in the third quarter. He has 7 overall. Trey Naughton made a nice save here before that goal. The bounce shot. So he's picked up a save. He has 5 overall for the white team. Pat's over there working with the boys a little bit. You might be able to see it in your screen as we get going here. About midway through the third quarter. Once again, we'll have Crafton and Browning here. They've had a nice little battle at the face-off X. Crafton has won 7, and Browning has won 5 as they've done battle between the two of them. So a fairly even matchup, and not everyone who's won the initial clamp has performed to get possession. The guys have battled back to regain possession when they've lost it. So that's good. A few clean face-off wins, but not a whole lot. They've given the ball out to the wings and gone to battle it out. So a nice little face-off matchup at the X there. Again, Crafton is a rising senior at Brophy, won 81% of his face-offs, performed on the Face-Off Academy National Showcase. Browning from Desert Vista High School, a rising junior, born in Oregon and lived in Oregon, and before moving to Arizona for his high school career here. So that's the matchup and the battle we see at Face-Off X.
All right, here we go, starting the midway through the third quarter. We just give the boys a mandatory water break in the second half, again, to try to battle the heat.
The roster sizes, we have 17 on one team and 18 on the other, so not a full-fledged roster for rest time. So another reason to do that.
Yeah, exactly, and hopefully, years to come with running this event, we're able to kind of build it up a little bit bigger. Great scoop by Jaden Petrie.
That's about 3 times that Petrie's come up with some big ground balls or interceptions to stop the clear and reset the ball for White.
Yeah, kind of just has a knack for finding the ball. Sometimes you can't even teach that. It's just natural. I think a little bit it comes from playing some indoor lacrosse in Coach Prepchuk, his program in the Arizona Outlaws. You're going to see a lot of guys out here have a lot of box influence, and that's just through guys like Coach Prepchuk out here. There's 2 other programs that help these boys out tremendously as well. So a lot of guys have dual sport backgrounds, and I kind of consider box lacrosse a little bit of dual sport too, as it encompasses some other skill sets that we don't have in the field side of things.
This is Cooper McEnany with the ball, who made that nice cut from the deep hole. And Bowden Davidson right there being matched up with Logan Shapinski, a short pole. Mitty takes it to X and finds Darius Stanley.
Yep. You see Darius getting bumped down. Caleb Greenfield coming up to the midfield with Ethan Tanucci. 2 natural tackling. Let's see if they go behind and try to get a matchup favorable for themselves. Here's our matchup that we were calling about, Taylor Witt versus Cole Rassis, great save by Trey on the doorsteps. Trey just kind of cool, calm, and collective in there. Doesn't kind of freak out. Just super calm and just can see the ball, making a great doorstep save.
I was impressed with the find from Garrett Wyan to find Ethan in that seam down there on the offensive set there, Pat.
Yeah, a lot of patience by the Blue offense, and you kind of seen it. They've won the first half of that third quarter, and it's evident. Nice little play by Max Armitage, going through two defensemen behind the back pass.
Xander Welty up top with Antonucci in attack playing a little defense. Xander shot it lefty wide. White will regroup down low with Liam Reed to initiate the offense.
Yeah, Liam Reed matchup on Mitchell Riley. Again, Mitchell's Hotchkiss defenseman from Tucson, Arizona. Prep's going out there. Good, solid defenseman.
Shapinski here, guarded by Davidson.
Good pull, great save.
Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas just, again, we mentioned heating up and getting the outlets pass to Bowden Davidson. Let's see what Bowden kind of does with it. This is where he excels, his two-man game. Looking for Darius, unable to connect, but good opportunity to push.
Thomas Cook now with 8 saves. Initiated the offense nicely there. Is not allowed a goal here in the third quarter. We're about 3/4 of the way through this third period. Here's Hertz on Armitage.
Yeah, Hertz, a rangy defenseman, all on Armitage's hand. Armitage, just the poised attackman, not forcing anything back at X, which is what you kind of want to see, letting the game come to himself.
Max has a goal and 2 assists thus far. Jeffrey Cole, 4 goals for the white team. Liam Reed, 1 goal, 1 assist.
Here's Xander Welty, big right-handed dodge. Let's see what he can do. They're going to be quick to slide to him. Here's the double team. Let's see what happens. Canyon Steverson, big right hand.
That's how he scored his first goal, Pat. A bounce shot from up top. He was trying to replicate that there.
Yeah, he can hammer it home. Shot that about, looks like 13, 14 yards. Nice take by Max Armitage to his left. Puts it over top of Thomas Cook.
Yeah, not much Thomas Cook could do there. Nice play. Liam Reed from X found Max. Max right on the doorstep. And now we're looking at an 8-5 score. Armitage, 2 goals, 2 assists.
Here on the wing, we have Isaac Smith. Isaac's a big defenseman. Plays for Corona del Sol. Goes to school at Valley Christian. 6'2", 210 defenseman. Can kind of play both LSM, excuse me, and down low. Big physical guy.
Crofton with another win. That's his 14th face-off win. Excuse me, his 9th face-off win today.
Quick early offense by Cole. You can hear guys yelling settle. Looks like we got some winded blue guys. Good opportunity to balance out. Get a good possession here. Isaac Smith's all over 22, Tyler Hoover. Got Cameron Boyer out in the midfield with Blake Eklund. Coach Gray already has his defense flowing, yelling we're AJ adjacent. He has them dialed in over there. I don't know if we mentioned it. We have our 2 coaches. Again, Ian Gray coaching the white squad. Ian Gray was in these guys' shoes probably 10 years ago. Played 5 years at UMBC. Redshirted one of those years. Went to Chaparral High School. And then we have a guest coach, Connor English. Connor just moved to Arizona from Long Island, New York. Connor and I played at UVA together for 2 years. He won a national championship there. And then transferred and spent 2 years at Cornell, where he had a great career. I think he put up about 60 points in 2 years. So played with Rob Pennell, played on some good teams there. Here you have Taylor Witt just going from all over the field trying to get the ball and does his job. Just a menace in the middle of the field, menace down low. A real physical guy. 4 caused turnovers on the day today. Gets the ball up to Andrew Rowe, our only freshman. West Coast Stars player, plays for the Arizona Hot Sauce here locally, and actually made the Under Armour underclassmen team. So he'll be the lone Arizona 23 to represent us out here. We got 1 minute on the clock here. White spinning for probably that last shot until we go into our fourth quarter. In the midfield, we have Drew Kelly, 36, Kenyon Steverson, and then Andrew Rowe. You can hear the defense barking, who's two, and it looks like it's Patrick Giles. Good collapse by David Gagushis, the Chaparral midfield, and this will probably be the last possession. Let's see if Blue can push it.
This is Cameron Boyer with the ball.
Yeah, Brophy, rising junior. Short time on the clock. Get the ball down to Darius Stanley. Here's Gagushis. We have a short time here.
Caleb Greenfield, 15 seconds left.
Good look to Cole Rassis, just unable to finish. It's fine. Trey coming up with the ball. Kind of a big hit. Big hit by Kyle Donahue. Kyle, member of NDP, won a Arizona State Championship his freshman year. 5'9", 195 defenseman.
All right, we're at the end of 3 here. It's 8-5. The white team in control so far. We'll see what the last 15 minutes bring. We saw Thomas Cook, the goalie, heat up a little bit. But not much scoring there in that third. It was 4-2 after 1 period of play. It was 7-4 at halftime. And then just 1 goal each there in the third quarter. So we'll see how the game flourishes out and how the blue team overcomes this 8-5 deficit through transition, perhaps. Through some settled offense. We saw a little bit there where the middies were playing down low and the attackmen were playing up top in that last possession. And we'll see if they press a little bit more in terms of the rides and playing up a little higher from the blue team. We talked a little bit about Taylor Witt earlier with the 4 caused turnovers. Desert Vista High School. Desert Vista was also the high school that was attended by Cade Van Raphorst, who was a 3-time All-American at Duke and considered perhaps the best college defenseman the last few years, and he came from Arizona. Desert Vista High School, he's now with the Atlas of the PLL, getting ready again for his second PLL season. This time he will have had a full off-season. Last year he was finishing up his Duke career. So Desert Vista High School, Taylor Witt, a force on D, and plays with a lot of confidence and is construed as a leader on the field. 6 foot, 205 pounds, 3.75 weighted GPA at Desert Vista, rising senior. All right, we're about to start the fourth quarter here. Again, we have Browning and Crafton facing off against one another on the near side here. We have number 25, Patrick Giles, in blue, and number 33, Wes Maloney, on the wing, going for the ground ball. And on the far side, number 35, Jaden Petrie, who we've mentioned a few times, is coming up with some key some key plays and balls, and number 32, Caleb Greenfield, who is a rising junior at Brophy College Prep. So that's the middle six who will battle for the face-off. Starting on offense for the blue team, we have Cole Rassis, Ethan Tanucci, and Darius Stanley right now is positioned in the attack zone. And the attack for white, Max Armitage, Jeffrey Cole, and number 21, Liam Reed.
Facing off, we have Joseph Browning in white, Chance Crafton in blue. They've been battling it out all day together. It's been a good battle for them. Looks like Chance comes up with it, at least the initial clamp. It's not over, obviously, until your team retains possession. Looks like it's going blue. We have coming out of the midfield, David
Gagushis.
Gagushis, excuse me.
After I asked him pregame, Pat, I kept saying Gagushis, Gagushis. People around me must have thought I was crazy, just to make sure I got his pronunciation
crazy,
right.
Scott.
I am a lot crazy.
Just kidding. So we have Gagushis, Bowden Davidson in the midfield, and Caleb Greenfield, natural attackman, coming out of the box. He's done that for Brophy for the past 2 years. But again, natural attackman. Look to see if he likes to bring his matchup behind X. Here's Ethan Tanucci, promising rising junior out of Boulder Creek. Has really elevated his game in the last couple months, has put on some weight, and worked hard on his individual skill set.
Earlier today, I think you were on the other side. I called him a triple threat, can dodge, shoot, and pass.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's Bowden Davidson coming along, hard dodge, real fast midi. Just make sure we're moving off ball. And yet another caused turnover, knockdown for Jaden Petrie. She's kind of just making a living off that so far today.
Nice
Good
recovery.
ride by Gagushis. See if they come up with it. Blue comes up with it. Mitchell Riley to Cooper. Maybe in a real game you would have got called a penalty. Call a loose ball push or something.
Maybe heard a little bit of the stick on the cage. I'm not sure.
We got Cameron Boyer out in the midfield. Bowden Davidson with Caleb Greenfield coming out of the box again. Ethan Tanucci back all the way to Darius Stanley. Stanley over to Cole Rassis. Get the ball over to Caleb, over to Ethan. As you can see, the boys are starting to settle into the flow of the game, spinning the ball, realizing it's hot. Also just getting set up and organized. Look for a hard, long dodge by Caleb Greenfield.
Nice slide by Petrie.
Still comes up with the ball. They'll play on push.
Nice scoop and dodge by Stanley. If he would have caged that, it would have given Blue a little bit of a jolt.
Yeah, good initial dodge, though, by Caleb Greenfield. Got under, maybe got tripped or pushed, but able to maintain his spot. Little ball fake, and Trey comes up with another save. Our two goalies are fantastic today.
That's number 7 for Naughton.
Yeah, I think it's 7 saves for Trey, 8 for Thomas Cook. You have two of the best goalies in Arizona. And in my opinion, maybe I'm a little biased, but two of the best goalies here on the West Coast as well. I think both of them are fantastic and have a promising future in college lacrosse. Thomas is our 2021, and Trey Naughton is a 2022. Here's Colin Barnard looking to push.
Zach Manuel again causing a little bit of trouble on the clear. We've mentioned Zach a bunch of times for the same thing.
Bowden Davidson, just a little off. Good take by him. Back at X with Darius Stanley. In the midfield, we have Gagushis, we have Cameron Boyer, and Bowden Davidson. Gagushis, number 15 in the red helmet, looking to get things set up here.
Tanucci back to Stanley.
Stanley must like his matchup. He's pushing hard.
Rassis over to Gagushis.
Here's our big dodge. Kind of told the boys at the end of the that half period that we want to see the middies kind of get up a little bit higher. All right. Good move by Bowden, keeping his head up. Might be an opportunity to move the ball one more.
Nice scoop there by Rassis to keep the possession.
Good pick. Another big defenseman. Cole's been going at with Taylor Witt all day. Unfortunately, he doesn't get much help. He's now guarded by Isaac Smith.
Yeah, it was a nice slide by Isaac there.
Good take by Gagushis.
And they're
there's
off.
Canyon Steverson.
He's got Armitage if you wanted him.
Yeah, probably the smart decision, just settling things. They've been going back and forth. Xander Welty out of the box, getting things set up. Down to Liam Reed, and then back to Max Armitage on attack. Throwing up to Canyon Steverson, who started the day off with the first goal, has had a couple key ground balls in the middle of the field, a couple calls, turnovers.
Nice trail check. I remember that earlier in the game, too.
Here's a big dodge by Logan Sapinski. They switch to Xander.
Picked up. Oh,
Wow, top left, just completely smokes it. Great take by Xander Welty. Good initial dodge, though, by Logan. I want to call that out. That was all set up by the high dodge by Logan Sapinski. Draws the slide. Defense kind of gets in a scramble, throws back to Xander. Xander catches it, realizes he has a little bit of lane, and puts it top left.
Xander's first goal of the game and a beauty. He had 2 assists earlier today. As we see why University of Richmond is really happy to have him enroll there next year.
Yeah, we are 9-8. 9 for the white, 8 for the blue team. Here's Browning, Crafton back at the X. Been battling all day. I'm not sure what the statistics are, but they seem to be trading off every other. As I say, that Browning comes up with the initial clamp. Giles in the middle of the field with a ground ball. This is a matchup that Scott, not a matchup, but just a player that we were talking about. Patrick, just really athletic, plays defensive end in football, and LSM D on the lacrosse side of things.
Smart play there by Caleb Greenfield to keep it from going over midfield, so he was the only one there. Now he's got an opportunity.
Just hits the pipe by Cole. Good look by Caleb, pushes it, throws it to Cole Rassis. Cole hits the near side pipe.
Hustled back after it, so blue retains possession. Rastis is a force kind of on that low block there with a lefty.
Yeah, he kind of just fits that lefty spot. You saw it with Jeffrey Cole earlier, 4 goals for Cole, but Cole, same thing, kind of, can create his own, obviously, and is a great player. He's also an Under Armour underclassman nomination. He's going to go play back in Baltimore with Xander Welty and represent the West in Arizona. But, he makes a living scoring goals. That's his thing.
Great individual
And that's
move
a
by
goal.
Stanley.
We're playing college rules, diving cross crease. Maybe got the push. Goal by Stanley. Yeah, I want to note that we have 3 Under Armour underclassmen here out in the showcase this morning. 2 from Brophy College Prep in Cole Rassis, number 27, lefty, and then the other Xander Welty, the University of Richmond commit. Welty's the rising senior. Cole Rassis is a rising junior, and then our lone freshman, rising sophomore on the white squad, Andrew Rowe, rising sophomore out of Notre Dame Prep, will be traveling out to Baltimore as well to be playing in the Under Armour underclassmen games.
So the pipeline from Arizona seems to be coming through, Pat. We're here with the rising juniors and rising seniors. You talk about Andrew Rowe as a rising sophomore. A couple of rising freshmen I know that you've been involved in coaching on the long pole side. Maybe a couple athletes way down the line, but maybe to look at. So the pipeline from Arizona might be something that coaches should keep an eye on for the future.
Yeah, I think we have a very promising future in Arizona. We've got a couple names. They might not be ready to play on this stage right now, but I certainly think that, give them a few months, they'll be ready to play. A couple names, Noah Burdick and Nick Johnson, 2 defensemen that I've had the privilege of coaching for a few years. I certainly feel will be able to play at the next level if their game evolves, and I expect to see them kind of playing in some showcases and, represent Arizona in the West side of the country, going back east to play in some tournaments. But I really think, like you mentioned, Arizona's on the cusp of really taking the next step as being of gaining some recognition, and it's through all the efforts of all the youth teams out here. Traditionally you've seen programs like Ahwatukee Lightning, Scottsdale United, Glendale. There's just some great talent, and that's what we need. We need more help in the youth to uplift these high school and help uplift these club programs as well. So to anyone that's listening, hopefully we got a lot of the our youth side of guys and their coaches. Just want to say thank you. It all starts at the youth level, and then once they get up to high school, your guys' influence is certainly appreciative. But yeah, like I mentioned, I think Arizona lacrosse is kind of on the cusp of teetering that line of becoming a recognized state in the sport of the game.
Yeah, in addition to Cade Van Raphorst, who we mentioned earlier, Ted Sullivan right now is in the first midfield line for University of Denver, Tucson product, and Jacob Patterson, who played in the Final Four on the Connor Fields-led team a few years ago from Chandler, Arizona. So in that Final Four weekend, you had Cade and Jacob Patterson. So there are some folks from Arizona to take a look at across all three divisions.
Yeah, and I think, events like this, just locally in our backyard, allows for players to showcase their abilities. And, we're hopeful that, colleges are watching. Again, the game will be recorded, and that they're able to get their eyes on some of the talent that's out here.
We called this the first ever P40 Arizona Lacrosse Showcase for a reason. It's not the only. It should be something that continues in future years, and you've done a nice job in putting this all together, especially under extreme circumstances.
Yeah, well, I definitely, it's something that kind of popped out of need. It's something that I've had my eyes on, kind of doing something like this for a long time. There's a big dodge by Cole Rassis, who jumped out of the attack. Fourth goal of the day, sweeps to his left. But kind of to go back, I've had initiatives in the past that I've run, but this was merely out of trying to help these boys out. And a lot of these guys, this is their first, maybe only event of the summer to really showcase their abilities. So happy to do it, and not possible without a few people that have helped me along the way. And just to name a few: John Douglas, the Pepin family, you, Scott, that have helped me out a ton with securing the field. And we have our great live video with APN Video. Wolf Athletics came in, donated all the balls. Offensive and defensive MVP will get a prize from Wolf Athletics. To the club programs that helped me secure players with Arizona Outlaws, Team 48, Elevation Lacrosse, West Coast Stars, and SoCal Bulls. Super appreciative as well. So it's not just me. This is, it takes everyone, and that's certainly of what has come to fruition today.
We hope you all are enjoying it out there. If you have any questions about any of the players you see here today, feel free to give Pat an email or a call. I believe you have his contact information through the packet. He'll be happy to review any players with you and put you in contact with anyone you need. So we saw earlier on the previous possession a nice scoop in advance by number 37, Isaac Smith on defense. A nice save there by Trey Naughton. And now White pushing again on offense. This is Liam Reed.
Good check. I guess the ref is calling it a push. Little adversity. They got a battle. It's fine. It's a good trail check by Jack Hertz. Good take by Liam Reed, the dual sport athlete, basketball and lacrosse player.
Yeah, Liam averaged 19 points a game again as a sophomore, 16 points in the year following for Mountain Ridge out on the west part of Phoenix Valley. 6'2", 170. Probably still some room where he can still grow and be even more of an impact on that attack line.
Yeah, what's going to be awesome to see is these guys, rising seniors, rising juniors, but once they get into the college weight room, college atmosphere, that's when they come back that next year and you're like, oh my gosh, like what did they do to you? Nice trail check by Colin Barnard. Pushing a little bit transition. They realize this is the last quarter of play here.
They cut the lead to 9-7.
Nice tip by Witt. Oh, sorry. Everyone was a little surprised by that, even the players. But
yeah, I'm not sure the players agree, but
is what it is. Max Armitage going to push it here. He's got Canyon Steverson. Let's see what he does. Good collapse by Jack Hertz, and ground ball coming up by Thomas Cook. Outlet over there to Patrick Giles. Giles has Darius Stanley in the middle of the field. A little miscommunication there. And you're kind of seeing just a little bit of slow legs here in the fourth quarter. Temperatures are rising in Arizona. We tried to start earlier. Good finish by Logan Sapinski. Great look by Canyon Steverson. That's Logan's first goal of the day, I believe, but he's had a couple shots. Logan's an interesting prospect. Kind of a do-it-all midi. I think we talked about it. Can play some D midi, plays offense, takes face-offs. I know for his team for Boulder Creek is the man-down guy. kind of a little bit of do-it-all, as I mentioned. Here we have the face-off again, our two Fogos with Andrew Rowe lined up closest to us, going against Darius Stanley.
Back to that play, it was a really nice cut by Shapinski, and Steverson found him. He was the one on the previous one where Max overshot him just by a hair. He almost made a great athletic catch, but he stayed on the ball and fought back to keep the possession going for White.
Great ground ball. And we're going blue. On attack, we have Caleb Greenfield, Garrett Wayan, and Tyler Hoover. In the midfield, we have Blake Eklund, Ethan Tanucci, and Darius Stanley. Good cut.
Nice, great cut.
Yeah, you call it, Scott. Great look by Garrett Wayan. Good off-ball movement by Caleb Greenfield. And kind of the theme that Coach English was telling the boys when I walked over there is spin the ball around twice. Guys are getting tired. You know, we're nearing the end of the game. All right, but great move by Garrett to find Caleb Greenfield there.
10-8 is our score as we're getting down toward the end here of the fourth quarter. But we had seen White have a lot of great cuts earlier in that play. Blue returned the favor there. And a great find by Wyan to a wide open Greenfield on the doorstep. Nothing Trey Naughton could do on that.
And there's Logan, kind of we talked about do-it-all midi. A little bit fresher. Has some fresh legs, able to get out there. Max Armitage in the two-man game. Great save by Thomas.
Great save by Thomas. Max going across with a strong right hand across the middle. Beat two defenders there, and Thomas came up with his 10th save of the day.
One minute left in the game here. Scores 10-8 White. Good save again by Trey. Got it on the top of his head. Good take by Blake Eklund.
Greenfield, who just scored that last goal, looking to do it again, and he does. So now we're looking at 10-9. Greenfield, 2 late goals. Nice move there from X. Snuck it past. Naughton might have been a little screened on that shot, Pat.
Yeah, nice little backhand goal, right?
Yeah.
10-9. Less than a minute left to play.
You have Shapinski taking this face-off, Pat. As you mentioned earlier that he does take face-offs for Boulder Creek. Here he is.
He has some fresh legs. Maybe we get an opportunity to secure the win here for the White squad. White gets the ball. Tough ground ball by Xander on the wing. Short time with White. Good look.
Nice
Good save. Again, and that's it.
I would have loved to have seen Blue have one more shot on a fast break opportunity there, Pat. But great game today. The initial P40 Lacrosse Arizona High School Showcase. What are some of your key takeaways from today, Pat?
Just an awesome game all the way around. Exciting. You know, maybe next year get a couple more guys out there so guys aren't dying. But a great showcase, great showing for all these players individually and collectively as a team. You know, stat-wise, for the White team, I think Jeffrey Cole finished with 4 goals. Max Armitage finished with 4 points, 2 goals, and 2 assists. Xander Welty with 1 goal, 2 assists. Liam Reed, 1 goal and 2 assists. Canyon Steverson, 1 goal, 1 assist with a bunch of ground balls, caused turnovers. Got to give credit to the 2 face-off guys and the 2 goalies out there. They played unbelievable, battled it out all night by them, you know, kind of themselves.
Yeah, Crofton had 13 wins at the X. Browning had 6, but I think it might have seemed a little closer than the 13-6 win outcome came. Trey Naughton had a big save there at the end. He had 8 saves overall, and Cook had 11 to finish out the game. And as we look at the blue team, Darius Stanley had 2 goals. Wyant had a goal and an assist. Cole Rastis had 4 big goals for the blue team.
2 goals. just a great outing. Some guys that stood out that might not, put the ball in the back of the net defensively. Jack Hurts, kind of just a menace all over there. Taylor Witt, in my opinion, might have been the defensive player of the game out there with multiple, I think 4 or 5 caused turnovers, ground balls. So really just a great showing. Mitch Riley playing some defense and getting the boys organized, and Jaden Petrie, kind of a surprise on the defense end of the field, coming up with a bunch of caused turnovers, interceptions. So great showing. I want to thank, again, everyone that helped put this together. Wolf Athletics, we're going to give away some gifts to the top players on each team. They supplied all the balls. Want to thank Scottsdale United for donating the goals, the Croc Center, Salvation Army down here for lending us the field for a few hours, all the players that came out, the Southern California kids that drove all the way out here for, one game. Want to thank the 2 coaches, Ian Gray and Connor English, and again, just a few names. Want to thank John Douglas for helping us out here. Scott, thank you to you for helping us find this field, lending your time on this Sunday. APN Video, and to the Pepins for their help with some signages and whatnot. So great event. Year 1 is in the books. Look to kind of grow this seasonally. Obviously try to do this again next summer, and look for a couple more events in the fall, winter, when the temperatures cool down. So again, great event. Can't thank everyone enough for helping this come to fruition in a short time.
Fantastic. Well, Pat, thanks for spearheading this, really the brainchild of putting it all together. I think the big winners here are the 35 young men who we saw on the field today who get an opportunity to showcase their skills in front of some coaches where they wouldn't have otherwise had the opportunity this summer, with the lack of tournaments and the lack of ability for coaches to do in-person recruiting. So thank you very much. Good luck to you up in Utah with the Redwoods. Finished second last year in a heartbreaking loss, but I have a feeling that you guys might be lifting the trophy here on August 9th, 10th, whatever day that might be.
Yeah, hopefully. Should be good. This is going to be awesome for lacrosse. You have the MLL going on right now, and then the PLL is going to be jumping onto the main stage here in a few days. So a lot of lacrosse to be seen on TV. And, again, just want to thank everyone for helping put this together. Great showing. This live footage will be able to be viewed using the same link. But, again, thank you for everyone. So awesome.
Once again, if you have any questions, please contact Pat Harbison at the email address, the phone number that's in the packet. He'll be available to you despite his PLL schedule, and we'll be glad to inform you or put you in any contacts with anyone you need. Thank you again, everybody.
Awesome. Good. Awesome, guys. Thank you so